y'all? I'm glad to be back with y'all today. Today is kind of like a spontaneous video. I was watching this video and this girl was talking about like, how do you find yourself? And it got me thinking, like, how do you find yourself? And I want to kind of share my story on how I feel like I've found myself, not in the traditional sense of what we consider finding yourself to be. So I'm considering this a purpose session number 17. We're gonna be talking about, got my notes, y'all, because I was thinking and it was a good conversation that I was in my head just thinking about, and I was like, let me write this down because I gotta tell my tribe, you know. I gotta figure out something to call y'all though, for real. But I was like, this is a good topic to discuss because a lot of people might be going through that stage of trying to figure out who they are, or just thinking that who they are is attached to something. And I think it's something that we really need to talk about because it can be very controversial or very I don't know the correct word, but it could be very detrimental to assume that who you are is based off of the external things in life. So I kind of wanted to unpack that a little bit. So today we're going to be talking about how to find yourself, basically talking about rediscovering your identity and then how to like own who you are and be confident. So owning who you are is not attached to, well, first, in order to find who you are, you really have to understand that who you are is your identity, and your identity is not tied to a noun, meaning it's not tied to a person, a place, or a thing. And I think a lot of this societal things when it comes to surrounding finding who you are is always like, well, I need to figure out what I need to do with my life. I need to figure out, you know, like who I'm gonna be with. I need to figure out, you know, this place that I need to move to just make me feel like good about myself. And we have to realize that who we are is not external. Who we are isn't who we're married to. Who we are isn't how much money we have. It's not the occupation. It's not the status that you have. It's none of that. Who you are is internal work. Who you are in your identity, is your personality, your characteristics, and the light that you share into the world. I really had to understand this, I think, years ago. Like, I really didn't quote unquote find who I was until I think I was about like 25, 26. Like, I just knew who I was in high school because who I was attached to my achievements and the accomplishments that I wanted to achieve in my life. My identity was wrapped up in what I could do for others, how others would feel about me, and it really made me feel good because it fueled my insecurities. So when I was like 18, 19, I wanted to be this fashion stylist, fashion expert, just like this fashion guru, and I had all these goals and expectations. And as long as I was achieving things and people were praising me and people were actually like telling me great things about myself, I felt validated, and that felt like who I was. Who I was this fashion blogger who was making money, doing this, doing that, and doing all of that. But what ended up happening was when I finally achieved those things, I felt myself still feeling empty. So I was just like, okay, here's this new goal. I'm gonna achieve it. I'm gonna feel good. And this is who I am. I'm this girl boss. I'm this, you know, ambitious person. You know, I have all these accolades, and this is who I am as a person. But something happened to me. So I think I shared this on my channel briefly. I don't know if I really dug deep into it. But when I was 25, I had, well, ever since 18, wanted to be in the fashion industry, went to school for it all, like, and everything. And then once I graduated, I found myself trying to find myself, right? So I was like, okay, I went and got the degree, I got the internship, and I had all these jobs that I had to achieve. But here I am, I just graduated, I have nothing, I'm back at home, I don't have any money, I don't have another job set up. Who am I? Because who I was tied to what I was doing and the achievements that I was making, I could not figure out who I was. Instead of actually doing the internal work to figure out, you know, why do I feel like these things validate who I am and my identity? Instead, I decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go for another goal so I can feel more validated in my identity. So I went to styling school in California, ended up moving out there, and my goal was to be a celebrity fashion stylist because I wanted to be Ashley Goode, the celebrity fashion stylist. That was another layer of my identity that would have made me feel good and made me feel like I figured out who I was. So I moved out there, made all these great connections, was able to work alongside a lot of celebrity stylists, and I was meeting all these dope people. But when I got out there, I quickly realized that what I felt like was a dream was not what I wanted to do. So now I was stuck in Los Angeles, California, 3,000 miles away from my family, living in a shack, barely had AC, had bugs, had everything. I was unhappy and I was depressed. Why? Because who I was tied to this identity of who I wanted to be. I wanted to be this celebrity fashion stylist living in LA, making all this money, but because I could not achieve that, I still found myself trying to find myself. But it wasn't until then that I really had to understand that the things around me, the status, the lifestyle was not who I was, and that who I needed to be, well, who I am was internal. Who I am was my personality. Who I am is, you know, my characteristics. I'm a loving person. I'm genuine. Yes, I am ambitious, but I'm not defined by what I achieve. You know, I have a great personality. I'm funny. I'm goofy. You know, I'm charismatic. I love loving people, and that is who I am as a person. Once I was able to identify that who I am had nothing to do with the status I was trying to achieve, the goals, or the occupation, I had to really reevaluate life. I was like, okay, if I'm this person, now I have to figure out how to love myself, because now I'm understanding that who I am, yes, I know that I am this type of person, but I don't think I like her. I don't think I really can sit with her. I don't think I can forgive her the mistakes that she made. I don't think I just really love myself, and the journey to loving myself is ongoing. I feel like we think that finding who we are and loving ourselves is an end destination, but it's a consistent journey. Since I was, dang, my camera's about to die. All right, y'all, so I have to finish this on my camera because I have to finish this on my phone because my camera died. Where was I? So basically, I had to understand that loving myself was a journey. It wasn't a destination. And I feel like we think that figuring ourselves out and loving ourselves is a destination. We feel like we have to hurry up and find who we are, hurry up and love ourselves, but really it's a consistent journey. And I think when we think about society, they always trying to tell us, you know, who we are is who we're married to, who we are is how much money we have, who we are is this thing that you have to achieve, when in actuality you are who you are. When you think about self is you. Self is absolutely who you are. Who you are is internal. We are all vessels in the earth, and I feel like as humans, we are the vessels in this body, but we are our soul. We have a soul deep inside of us. That is who we are. That soul, whatever makes you unique, what makes you different, from your personality to your characteristics, even possibly to your gifts, those are a makeup of who you are. Your identity is not attached to a noun. I just say that so many times because I want us to understand that if you're not married, that's okay. That doesn't mean you don't know who you are. If you had an amazing job and you lost it, that doesn't mean you have to figure out who you are. You're going to be the same person throughout the entire life experience. These things that you're achieving, these amazing things that you're going through, the people that you're meeting, the status that you have, the money that you're making, that is only adding value to your life, not adding value or defining who you are, because who you are is the common thread to the experience. And I didn't realize this actually until I would say last year, because even though I started that journey and I had that aha moment that who I wasn't my goals, it didn't define who I was, it was still a constant battle, because I still found myself trying to strive for things, trying to, you know, be a full-time entrepreneur. That makes me feel like I found who I am. Just figuring out what my next move was me finding myself. And when we go on these find ourselves journeys, be careful that you're not trying to find a partner, because that means that you have it all together. If your journey to finding yourself is finding a partner and getting married, more than likely who you are is going to need to feel validated in that relationship. And if that person is treating you badly, you're not going to feel good about yourself. So now who you are is all these negative things. Even if they do lift you up and they're positive, then you're going to, every time you need to find yourself or feel good about yourself, you're going to seek validation from them, and then it's going to be a codependent relationship. God forbid the relationship y'all break up and it's over. Now you've lost yourself and you're going on this finding yourself journey again. So don't allow who you are to be attached to money, not a dollar value, not a person, not a relationship status, not any type of achievement, not any type of anything, because you are who you are by yourself. And the moment that you have this aha moment, you'll start making decisions that honor who you are and making decisions that make you feel good and things like that. So now that I'm in a space where I have realized, okay, who I am is not what I have, who I'm around, who I'm with. It's not my achievements. It's not, you know, the occupation status. It's not the business, not any of that. Now I need to learn myself. Once I learn how to love who I was and heal and do the work, now that I'm at this stage, I'm learning now the decisions that I make have to honor me. They don't have to define me, but they have to honor who I am. I had to understand that, yes, I'm in a relationship, but this relationship doesn't define who I am. Yes, I have these amazing friends and these amazing relationships with my family, but this does not define who I am. Sometimes I'll mess up, I'll fall, some people will treat me badly, I'll go through these traumatic experiences, but these will not define who I am, because at the end of the day, I can sit back and realize I'm still me. I am holding on to my identity. I'm still holding on to who I am. I am who I am as I go through these experiences and I learn. The reason why you have to look at being who you are and not finding yourself as a journey is because we'll learn things about ourselves every single day. We're changing. So if you feel like you found yourself, more than likely the minute you find yourself, you're someone else, because Ashley who I was last week or the month before isn't the same person that I am today. As we learn and we evolve and we grow and we heal, we become new individuals. We evolve on a regular basis. We grow into these different things. So I just want to say all this to say that who you are is you. You are yourself. Your identity is only wrapped up in the internal beautiful and as the internal beauty that you possess. Your personality, those characteristics about who you are, not physical, but more so your gifts that you bring to the world, from being loving to being encouraging to being charismatic to being genuine. That is who you are. The situations that are around you, those only add value to your life. They do not add value to you or who you are. If your situation is dark, that doesn't mean that, I don't want to say wrong thing because it's very sensitive, especially if you're going through a dark time, but if you're going through something challenging or traumatic, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. That doesn't mean that it's your fault. It doesn't mean that you're this bad person. It just means that's your experience currently, and try to figure out how you can get through that and learn how to just grow as a person, as your individual self. So I hope this was helpful and beneficial. If you guys would love to keep this conversation going, I love to just, bear myself with you guys. I'm all for a good, deep conversation. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.